Hello, my name is Pluto, and my pronouns are the one true God. I was born on X-planet Pluto in 5000 BC, but you dunce humans didn't discover it until the 1930s. Discovered by the Lowell Observatory, a vote was held to determine the name, so I naturally possessed all the workers of the observatory, and Pluto received every vote. Planet number 9 had made national headlines, but as time passed, the excitement died down, and the size estimate got lower and lower. Astronomers initially calculated Pluto's mass based on its presumed effect on Neptune and Uranus, resulting in an estimated mass of 7 Earths. In 1931, Pluto was calculated to be roughly the mass of Earth, with further calculations in 1948 bringing the mass down to roughly that of Mars. In 1976, Dale Cruikshank, Carl Pilcher, and David Morrison calculated Pluto could not be more than 1% the mass of Earth. In 1978, the discovery of Pluto's moon Charon allowed the first accurate measurement of Pluto to take place, roughly 0.2% that of Earth, and far too small to account for the discrepancies in the orbit of Uranus. This meant that the sought-after Planet X was still unknown. In 1992, data from Voyager 2's flyby of Neptune revised the estimate of Neptune's mass downward by 0.5%, and was used to recalculate its gravitational effect on Uranus. With the new figures added in, the discrepancies, and with them the need for Planet X, vanished. Today, the majority of scientists agree that Planet X does not exist. Lowell had made a prediction of Planet X's orbit and position in 1915 that was close to Pluto's actual orbit and its position at that time. However, it turns out this happened to be a coincidence. But since then, what has happened? Around the 2000s, people began to question Pluto's status as a planet, as there were many other objects with similar masses orbiting the same distance from the Sun. However, these were not considered planets. As more and more objects were discovered in the Kuiper Belt with similar masses to Pluto, the argument and controversy grew. When the trans-Newtonian object Eris was discovered in 2005, it was defined as just that, trans-Newtonian and not a planet. However, Eris had a larger mass than Pluto, and the decision to not include Eris as a planet subsequently created a strong argument for removing the title planet from Pluto. This debate came to a head in 2006, when the term planet was officially defined. Requirement 1. The object must be in orbit around the Sun. Requirement 2. The object must be massive enough to be rounded by its own gravity. More specifically, its own gravity should pull it into a shape defined by hydrostatic equilibrium. And requirement 3. It must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. Unfortunately, Pluto fails to achieve the third condition, as there are objects close to it with a greater mass. The debate was over, the definition for a planet was made, and so, the 9th planet Pluto was no longer a planet. The issue was resolved with people not giving it much thought in the coming year. But that's where you're wrong. It seems a large amount of people had become emotionally attached to the dwarf planet Pluto. Many people argued that the definition of a planet was not accurate, and that some moons would become planets, and a few planets wouldn't be planets anymore. But a compromise was made, and Pluto was upgraded from a dwarf planet to a Plutoid. Seriously? Plutoid? Is that the best you could come up with? Okay then. As of 2008, it was decided that planets with similar conditions as Pluto were defined as Plutoids. Thanks for watching this episode on Gravity Max, and as always, smash that like button.
Be gone, demon! The power of science compels you. The power of science compels you!
Thanks science we banished that demon.
Yeah, that could have ended real bad. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Gravity Max. Next time, we'll be talking about space stations. Do we have to? Yes, we have to. Come on.